Hi, this is Jean, the Hurt Coach. It's been a while since I've reached out to a lot of you here, so I just want to kind of update you on my journey. So, one of the things is I thought I'd share with you my story, where I've been, where I'm going, and lots of the things I'd like to share with you guys. So, the first thing is about my background is I've been in the health industry for about 46 years. I actually was born and raised in Montreal. And at a young age, unfortunately, I experienced something that was pretty traumatic. And like a lot of young kids, sometimes you deal with it well, sometimes you don't. So I was in an orphanage and I contracted the German measles, which was highly contagious. And given the number of boys that were in that dorm, I was put into isolation. I was taken to the hospital. And I was in isolation for probably about 10 to 12 days. The experience was when I first came out of there, unfortunately, when I was had the chance to have somebody pick me up, my parents had gone to Florida, which is what I was told. So my interpretation is that when you're not well, you don't get a chance to travel, you don't get to do the fun things, you don't get to go anywhere that's really pleasurable. So I made a decision in an unconscious way that I would never allow myself to miss on any event or holidays. And so I kind of programmed myself that I couldn't get sick again because otherwise I would miss something. So that in some ways has endeared me over the years. And beauty about that is that at a certain point in my age, around 14, 15, I was also struggling with a lot of fatigue issues, which I'm sure a lot of you do at this point in your life or have had. So for me, one of the challenges what I realized is that my grandfather was a diabetic most of his life and unfortunately died of some complications from it at a young age for me where I was about maybe just a year and a half. And from there, I remember my mother telling me, she says, you're going to have to be careful how you eat, maybe all the sugars you're taking in. This is going to affect your blood sugars and you might become a diabetic. So at that point, I knew that how severe his condition was. And I thought, what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of pay a little bit more attention, maybe make some changes. And I just, being tired all the time was really affecting my school marks, my school year. So I thought I'd make some changes. First thing